So I like words. I think a lot about words a lot. Like when I'm bored, I'll think about anagrams and palindromes and stuff like that. Like I remember being in church one day and the priest just gave me this really boring reading from the book of Genesis. And all I could think about was how the word Genesis is really a combination of the words genitals and penises. Think about it. No, it's true though, right? Yes it is. I don't like being in pictures. I'm not very photogenic. So when my parents look through old photo albums, it's just like a collection of moments that were made slightly worse because my parents took a picture of me. It's like, hey, Kenny, this is a picture of you playing badminton with Zach. And I'm like, oh, hey, that was fun. But then you took a picture of me and it sucked. Jeez. Alright. Okay, this may or may not work. So last summer I went on vacation to Nantucket, and I met the man! Holy shit.
You're dealing with a very literate audience.
I don't consider that literate.
It's high culture, Denise.
It's very high culture. Alright. So I don't like math, because my dad's a mathematician. Yeah, so I don't like math. I remember going to these math conferences and people would talk about stuff I didn't understand. I want to go to a math conference, and when people ask me what my field is, I'm going to be like, basic algebra. Yeah, that X thing, that was me. And they'd be like, oh, so like 2x equals 10? And I'd be like, whoa, two-digit numbers, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. It's like easy math. Also, since my dad's a mathematician, I like using math incorrectly. Like, here's an example. So people say that Kansas is the geographical center of the United States. Therefore, if you live in America, on average, you live in Kansas. Either that or math is wrong. And when my dad sees a YouTube video of this, he's going to be like, well, that's not how averages work, you see, because I think the thing... Alright. I'm going to tell some jokes about Hitler. Alright. So I was reading the American Film Institute's list of the 100 greatest movie villains. And number one was Hitler. And number 76 was a man from Bambi. And I was like, geez, that guy got gypped. You know, he's one of the worst people ever, and he doesn't get a name. I mean, imagine if history textbooks just said that guy instead of Adolf Hitler. You know, like, because maybe they should do that, because, you know, maybe if you're crazy, you might want to be like Adolf Hitler, because, like, ooh, that's a cool name. But nobody wants to be that guy who killed all the Jews. And, like, who would want to be a neo-Nazi if they had to be like those guys who followed that guy and gave him funny salutes?
Don't be that guy.
It's amazing how people stigmatize things. Like the Nazi salute, for example. You know, like, you can't do this in public, you know? Like, people be like, weird. You know, but you can do something like it. And, you know, like, that's okay. Like, that's sort of like, here, I'll show you. Like, you know, look, I'm pointing over there. I'm pointing over there. I'm pointing over there. I'm a Nazi! I'm pointing over there. Or like, Saturday Night Fever, you know, that's okay. It's the same thing with the Hitler mustache, you know, like, it goes like this, you know, Disney movie villain, cowboy, man from the 70s, French guy, Hitler, Charlie Chaplin. And I don't think that's right, you know, because to me, this is just as offensive as that, because this is just like, Heil Hitler to my left, Heil Hitler to my right, Heil Hitler behind me, double Hitler!